Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Cliff, I see that Evan and Chief questionable on the injury report. Any chance you get any of those guys back tonight?
Yeah, I mean, unless something happens here in warmups, they're both going to try to play. So if Evan is good, we'll start him, and Chief will come off the bench.
Alex Fleming, Florida Sun.
How you doing, Coach? Welcome back.
Hey, Alex.
Defensively, the Knicks are one of the top teams. How do you plan on attacking them down low and up high, considering that your roster is still shorthanded?
Yeah, I mean, listen, they're I think right now they're second or third defensively. They're doing it by helping. They protect the paint. They keep the ball away from the basket. They're locked into personnel. Tom's teams always are, and they don't give up anything easy. So this has got to be, again, you got to be able to move them around, use a pick and roll or flash action to spread them out a little bit and try to create some gaps to drive the ball. And you have to be able to stay. This is not a team where you want to be taking a lot of early quick shots.
Mark Berman, New York Post.
Hey, Steve, just with the Knicks sort of transforming, how do you feel they're viewed now as opposed to maybe the last few years and what Tom has done to transform the culture there?
Oh, I would say, they'd be one of the teams people don't want to play against. They defend every night. Like I said, you're not going to get anything easy. They're good on both backboards. And again, I mean, his teams always do as the season goes on, they'll get better and better offensively. So I think also watching them just for these, we had a couple of days here, the Derrick Rose trade. Now they have a second unit where it appears to me they play at a little bit quicker pace. And they have those three guys out there that can really play off the dribble. So they kind of give you, almost two different lineups, which is a good thing to have in this league also.
I mean, do you see just such a change from what it has been there?
Oh, for sure. I mean, they're second or third or defense, Mark. I mean, I don't think there's a bigger compliment in this league than being hard to play against, that teams wouldn't want to play against you. So, and they'll continue to get better.
Thank you.
Stefan Bondi, New York Daily News.
Hey, Steve, what do you make of, I know you're not playing a Western Conference team today, but what do you make of the discrepancy in the records between the East and the West this season?
Yeah, I would say that I think some of the teams that will end up being at the top of the East aren't playing as well yet for a lot of reasons, right? Injuries, condensed schedule. And I think those teams will get better. And, the other part of it is the teams from, say, the middle of the pack to the bottom of the West are just better than the teams in the East are. So I think those teams are more balanced. And you could see that really in the summer, I think, in the play stoppage in between, that they were going to get better. I think if you really look at the West, if you look at the standings, I mean, you get down to 11, 12, 13, those teams are really good teams. And so, I mean, there's more depth there, but I would say at the end of the day, I think the teams at the top of the East and the West will be title contenders, but there's just a lot more quality depth in the group from middle to bottom of the West and the East.
And what do you make of the play-in format? Are you in favor of it?
I am right now. No, I mean, I think, look, I'm a sports fan, and I remember when they first did it in baseball, and I hated it, because I think you just get used to a certain way, but I think it's worked out well for baseball. I mean, it keeps teams alive and keeps more teams alive. And those wild card games are fun to watch, and so I think if it plays out the right way, it could be the same for our league.
Thanks.
Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Cliff, the team hosted another town hall today, this one on the positive impact of supplier diversity. Just how pleased are you with that program, and how important is it to keep that conversation going?
I think it's great, and Isu's done a great job, of establishing that is, I think, really one of his first kind of initiatives that he's had a chance to organize. And I think I'm right. We have Monique Worrell here tonight to honor her. And again, as an organization, I know it's important to all of us and to our players that even while the pandemic's going on, we want to do things to raise awareness, to keep as you said, keep the conversation going. And once we can get back out, we all want to be more active in the community. But I think it's been, again, a great initiative and a great idea by Isu.
Roy Perry, Orlando Sentinel.
Steve, there's been some recent talk about the AllStar Game, some for it, some against it. You're coaching a player who has a really good shot to be selected. The Atlanta Mayor's discouraging fans from coming to Atlanta. I'm just curious if you think that that's the best course at this point for the NBA to go ahead and have the game, or is there some other way that the league can still honor guys?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't even thought about it. Right now, Roy, I can't lie. I'm just trying to figure out who's going to play tonight, how we're going to sub, and what we're going to run. But I mean, for me, to be honest with you, like, I'd like to have Vooch have the time off. I mean, the players are definitely tired. The schedule's been difficult. Outside of the lockout year, I've never been through anything like this. And yet, at the same time, for him, being a two-time All-Star, puts him at a different level. So he deserves to be an All-Star, and I'm very much hoping that works out for him. The one difference for us too, obviously, is it's a short flight. He can get up there quickly, play the game and come home, whereas some of the other guys, obviously, it's going to be, the guys on the West Coast and everything have a longer flight.
James Hill, Black News Channel.
Coach, the New York Knicks come in tonight. This is a great opportunity to get a win. They're putting some new pieces in their program, bringing in a point guard, former MVP, and also the forwards playing really well. Could you just talk about what you see when you see the Knicks and what the Magic can do tonight to neutralize that ball club?
Yeah, I mean, the big thing is their defense. They're top 5, I think second or third in defense right now. I think Julius Randle's having a breakout year. Like you talked about, he's over 23 a game, I believe, at very efficient, just coming off a game where he had 8 threes, at home against Atlanta the other night. And I think picking up Derrick Rose, who obviously Tom has a great relationship with, again, has given them a spark. And I think it also, again, their second unit with Heat, Quickly, and Burks now have 3 guys who can really play off the dribble. And when they're in the game, they're playing at a little bit quicker tempo. So that also makes them, I think, unique, in a way that when you can play a little bit differently with 2 different units, makes it tougher to prepare for.
Coach, the next man up philosophy, where you have different guards playing, but guys are still hungry and want to compete. It's just about health. What do you say, and what do you see from a coach's perspective?
Well, I still think that the one thing is it's about progress, and that was what I was happy with on the trip. We went 1-3, but it was 4 different difficult arenas to play in. We obviously went out there. We took 2 injuries the first night. So, we were very much shorthanded. Then Frank Mason, who we had just picked up, he got hurt. And yet, on the trip defensively, we would have been 10th in defense. Our defense is getting better. That's critical for our team. And I think the guys have a good attitude about it. The one thing for the returning guys is both years, both our first year here and last year, we had to play well late to play our way into the playoffs. And so they understand that if you stay with it, you work and you compete, that the biggest key in our league is continue to make progress. And I think that's what our group will try to do.
Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
Any final questions? Okay, thank you, everyone.